Looks like Marcus is going to have a slightly better exit. Side by side they go. The right-hander, T13, T14, and they're going to be side by side again. Marcus is going to have the inside of T15. Great move. Really good racing. Awesome stuff. Still loads of opportunity. The rear end of Walker is not happy. There's Mayer with his one move, his one defensive move. Got to the inside of the fence. Thinking breaking point up the hill. As they go side by side, trading pain a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Plenty of space left. Good battle. Hey guys, I hope you're all good. Welcome to round 2 of the US GT series. Yeah, we head to Indianapolis for the second round. It's been a pretty chaotic start to this championship. It has to be said. But yeah, it's been good. It's been very good so far. Couple of like heated moments in round one for sure, but nonetheless we move on to Indy. Let's have a quick look at the results from round 1. There we go. So the top 3 at Laguna Seca was Adam in the Ford Mustang taking P1, and then we had Grosjean in P2 with Matthias Reed Simpson in P3 in the 720S GT3 Evo. We then had Marcus and Sali rounding out the top 10, but it was points for everyone, so it is everything to play for as we head into round 2. So the drivers have been oh, that's the wrong screen. So the drivers have been taking on Indianapolis. It's making its debut here on the broadcast in the channel, and it's proven to be challenging for some, and it's certainly got like a mixed feedback as well from a fair few of the drivers. It's pretty mixed so far has been the feedback. But you know, it's good to mix it up. It's good to try different tracks, and at the moment Grosjean is leading the way of a 1:36.6, which is a cracking time actually, considering the track is still only in fast, as we see 2 cars braking way too late for T1, and we see Noah taken to the grass and spinning, and now in the gravel trap in the PNR liveried 720S GT3 Evo, and to the pits he goes. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I drove a few practice laps during the over the weekend, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the track. I think that the road course is okay. The infield section is very flat, no camber, very little camber. So I can see why some people see it as being quite boring, because it feels very flat. It feels like an air. If anyone's ever done like an airfield track day, it feels very much like that, because it's dead flat, no camber, and very tough on tires. If you do, so yeah, some people say when they do an airfield track day, it's very boring, and then you go to a proper track where it's actually been thought about and designed, and you have a bit of camber and undulation, and it really livens up the experience. So I think that's probably why it gets some of the feedback of being quite a boring track to drive. But I still think I wouldn't say it's boring. I think it's just a bit different, and it's maybe not as exciting as some of the other tracks that are in the game. But hey, it's a US GT series. We have to include it because there are no better US tracks to pick from. So yeah. Let's spin up some of the tools that we have. Let's spin up ACC TV. Get that going. Let's enable the export of incidents to our Google Sheets. Let's go trackside. And let's turn on camera views. There we go. Let's turn that off. And we should be ready for a decent event. So I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. It's Tuesday. You can tick Monday off, tick Tuesday off. It's tomorrow's hump day. It's a 3-day week from here. So, you know, got something to be grateful for. I've actually been away for work so far this week. So I had a really, really long day yesterday. Out and about on the roads. I was actually in the big city yesterday in London baby. I had an overnight and back home today. Got a very tired pooch behind me in a basket, but it's good to be home. Just having a look on the stream. Have we got everything that we need? Is it me or does it look a little bit blank? What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Someone drop a message in the comments if they think that I'm missing anything. I think we're okay, but you can never tell. We've got the track map up, we've got the overlay, we've got me, which I'll turn off in a bit. Oh, I know why. I know what we're missing. It's something in... Oh no, it's not that one. Docs. There we go. I was missing the chat doc on the right of OBS, but I've got it back now. So it's all good. That's all good. Right, so let's head over to... Let's have a quick run through the drivers on track at the moment. We've got 10 cars. There's been a few people that aren't able to make this one. So I think we're down to about 10 cars on track. We may, looking at the list, who are we missing? Who are we missing? Adam said that he might not be able to make this one. So I think Adam's out. I think Tony. Are we missing? No, Tony's not in this one. As in Tony Law. Marcus. Are we missing Marcus? Tristan can't make it. We're missing Ash. No, Ash is there. Luke is there. Rusty we know about. Colson. No, okay, yeah. So I think we're missing one car. Two maybe. I think we're missing... And Vince as well. We're missing Vince. Vince is down on the entry list, but he's not joined. So I don't know whether they'll join literally right at the start of quali or whether this is it. Who knows? Who knows? Has anyone tried the LMU update? We were then talking about it in the Discord. Oh wow, that's hot. Just let that cool down a bit. Track is still only shown as fast. What a view. That, I tell you what, the Indy is giving us some awesome, awesome shots. Thank you very much, Rich. I don't know if you're watching, but if you've just messaged me, I just wanted to say thanks. I'll have a look after the stream. My little yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you helping out with doing that, because I struggle for time. I also struggle with the creativity as well. I kind of know what I want to say and what I want it to look like, but I really struggle with actually putting that then into something sort of tangible. So yeah, thank you, man. But I'll have a look. I'll have a look after the stream. Right, let's get a quick shot of this. Going through the next section of the tracks. It's a really good view. There we go, that one. Oh yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a cracking view. Right, okay, so what we've got 1 minute and 45 seconds left of this practice session. Then we head into a very quick fire quali, 15 minutes. Let's see if we put the times up for you guys. So if we set this to session best relative, there we go. At the moment, Grosjean is leading the way over 1:36.7. Noah is 1.3 off the pace at the moment. 1.4 now. Let's have a look at Sarli. There he is. So Sarli's gone for the McLaren GT3 Evo. The 720S GT3 Evo has actually been quite a popular choice for this series, as he eats quite a bit of sausage through T1. There. Is it T1 or T14? T13, sorry. Trying to work out where he was. I think. Oh, yeah, and then he's gone well off the track. It was that really. It wasn't T1, was it? It was T13. He's now going over the start-finish line, and that they've got time to set one more of these two cars here. So Sarli and Yuri and the Porsche have got time. Luke's in the pits. Nicky's in the pits in the 296 Ferrari. Nicky is gone for the Ferrari for this season. Normally we see him in the 720S GT3 Evo, but we've seen him in the Ferrari this season. It's good to mix it up. It definitely is good to mix it up. So good on him. Sean's taken P3, Mateus is P2, and then Grosjean has taken P1. It looks like as he crosses the line, is he going to improve even more? Yes, he does. He just takes another 10th off his best time. And what about Noah? It doesn't look like he's going to improve, so he finishes P6. There you have it. That is the end of quali. I think we've got... No, there's Noah. There's a wall there, Noah. Yeah, he's crashed. There's Ashley. Is he going to be able to improve? It doesn't look like he is at the moment. I think he actually technically is on an outlap because it's not coming up with this delta. Oh, yes, it is. It is coming up with this delta. So Ashley's in the in the 296 as well. To try to do the oval. Yeah, you can't do the oval around here, no, because there's a big wall. There is a big wall. American tracks confuse you. Right, here we go then. 15 minutes of quality. Drivers are going to be keen to get out. Yep, they are. It looks like Grosjean's going to be leading the way. And then who have we seen that has gone out? There goes Noah. Sean's gone out as well. What car? No, Sean's in the pit still. But yeah, here we go. It looks like Sali and Yuri are touching tips. Bumper to bumper. I think Yuri must have a custom livery, but... Noah's out, Grosjean's out. Oh, I love that view. That is an absolutely awesome view. Some of these cars are taking a cracking line through there, through T13. I think it's T13. Now, does anyone know the corner names here, or are they just numbered? I was trying to find the actual corner names so I could work out what they are, but I think they're just numbered. Quick deliveries expected from Grosjean today. And DHL livery, yeah. That'd be pretty cool if you spotted one of those Astons pull up with your parcel full of car parts for your MX-5, Tony. I hope you're feeling better, Tony. Hope you're on the mend. Right, okay. Let's have a look at someone else. I was just playing around with something. So Mateus is now going out. I think Matt here is a little bit of a dark horse. I think he could come and pull out a really, really good lap and shove it on pole. I've seen Matt in one of the practice servers put in some really, really good lap times. What does the track guide say? Right, so we are still fast. So we're not optimal. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think there is a chance that Mateus could go and put it on pole. There we go. So first blood to Mateus. 36.5, whereas Grosjean's put in a 36.8. Let's just watch Matthias go through sector 1 into sector 2 here. Looking nice and neat through that sequence of corners. Oh, he's dipped a toe into onto the grass and has got all out of shape. So he's lost some time down that middle straight there, no doubt. Let's have a little look at the delta. Yeah, so it's now showing him as a second down on his personal best. We do have cars improving, and we have cars improving significantly with under 10 minutes to go. So Sean in the blacked out AMG, because he couldn't get a livery uploaded in time, sadly. Car number 52, he is on a decent lap at the moment, improving by around half a second. So so Sean is going to dip into the 36s here as well. He was a bit faster than me over one lap in practice. Yeah, so Matthias, I've seen Matthias like in practice, in a few practice sessions, because I was I can't help myself sometimes. I like to do the odd lap and to see where I am. I like to do the odd lap and just like see where I would slot in. And I was able in practice with around half an hour's worth of fuel on board, I was able to get into the 36s. I was able to get into a 36.5, I think, but it was on an optimal track. Yeah, well into the 35s in optimum conditions. Yeah, I think the oh, here we go. Okay, so Matthias is improving here. He is improving. It is purple. Difficult track, if I do say so. Some tricky lines here. Yes, it is. Tony, how would you rate the track? Yeah, Matthias is taking new fastest lap for Grosjean. So Grosjean, I did not see that Grosjean was improving, but I think Matthias is now going to improve. So he's found 4 tenths, and got 2 corners left to go. So this is going to bump Matthias back up into pole. 6 out of 10. Is that for difficulty or just general enjoyment? There we go. So Matthias has got done 136.1. Grosjean, let's give him a little bit more airtime. He's also improving in through sector 1. He's got 2 tenths. Let's have a little look at Nicky. There he is in P7. So Nicky's improving. He's in the 38s. Where's Coulson? I said to Coulson he gets a little bonus prize. Is T4 the double apex? So you got T1. T4 is the double apex corner after the middle straight. Is that T4? Okay, so Nicky's practicing his pit stops, very wise. Practicing his pit entry. Very, very wise. Luke Hart is improving by about a second. So where's Grosjean? There he is. So Grosjean's now on a hot lap. He's now on a hot lap. So it's very technical and requires a lot of patience. T4 very hard. 6 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed driving it. I don't know whether you caught me at the start of the stream, but I can see why some people don't like it, because the infield section is quite technical and it's also very, very flat. There's like no camber to a lot of the corners, which then means that if you don't get a car particularly well set up, it can feel quite slidey. I don't know if you've ever done like an airfield track day. It feels very, very similar to that, because yeah, airfield track days where they just hire an airfield with a load of space and put a load of cones out, or draw a load of lines on track, it's the same. It's just all very, very flat, no camber, no undulations, and the infield here feels very, very, very tricky. And very slidey if you don't get it set up right. It's the second of the double right-handers. Very bumpy. Okay, yeah, it's not the one where I'm thinking of then. Right, okay, so, but you know, we can't just do Spa, Monza week in, week out, can we? We need to chuck in some different tracks. So it's been a good one to throw in, and it's been a good one to get your guys' feedback on. Tommy, have you just got home, mate? I think you should go and be Nicky's race engineer. Unless, of course, you wanna jump in. There's a lot of joined corners, awkward braking, very bumpy. Some corners are even off camber. Yeah. So there are some off camber corners. And yes, it's been. I enjoyed driving it in AC. I've driven it Indy before. It's in Forza, isn't it, Indy? So and I've driven it a bit in like AC, and I think it's in AMS too as well. You're here to enjoy the commentary tonight. Okay, mate. Okay, yeah, you sit back, get yourself a cup of tea or a hot chocolate, sit back, have a bite to eat, and just enjoy the race. Yeah, we need to try and get your little our little podcast. I think I'd love to do a little podcast with you. What it's like running a tuning and motorsport company in 2025. I said gin wrong. Oh, you don't need gin. You're a happy enough chappy anyway. You've got an excuse for why you're doing terribly. You're doing all right. You're in the 37s, so you know you're doing okay. Right. Okay. Anyway, let's concentrate on this this battle for pole, because we are getting into the business end of this qualifying session now, and it is very, very close between Grosjean and Matthias. Let's switch to camera 2. So Matthias at the moment, he's showing a 10th down on his personal best and session best at the moment. So let's have a look. I think we just need to keep our eyes on this next lap from Matthias as he goes through T13. Tricky corner that. Very, very easy to outbrake yourself, and a very, very nasty sausage curb there on the inside. From here, he's got one corner to go, and it's all about the exit, because it's a long straight. It's the main straight. So here we go. Let's have a look and see, where is Grosjean. He's T11. So pick your braking point down it into turn 1. Tricky corner. Let's actually go on board, I think. Turn 2, it's a sequence of corners here, so this double apex, like right-hander, this is turn 4, isn't it? This is where you mean. That's tricky. This next turn 5 is flat out. I found this one tricky. This was the hardest corner for me. Turn 6, the double apex left-hander. because you want to get right over to the left-hand side to then really open up the right-hander and concentrate on the exit, because it's a section of straight as you head towards T8. Fairly heavy braking, and then this is a sequence of corners, isn't it? Like a chicane, and then this next one, I think you can eat quite a lot of the curb. Yeah, you can. Again, really important to get a good exit out of T11, 12, which is like a little part of the oval. Very easy here to outbrake yourself, I found, and very easy to eat too much sausage there. And then from here you've got two corners. Oh, he's going into the pit, so he's not improved. I was just concentrating on the lap, but I don't think Grosjean's improved either. Here he's showing us 0.3 down, so I think it is going to be pole for Matthias. I think it's pole for Matthias. Let's just watch this and see if there's anyone behind that's improving significantly. So Grosjean is showing 0.6 down. Yeah, he is showing 0.8 down now. So I wonder whether this is going to be. Yeah, he's going to do a pit entry just to test. So there it is. There's your grid. So P1 to Matthias, good qualifying session. We spoke about it in the chat, didn't we, Tony? And he was quick. Oh, you're into the 36ers until the last sector. Unlucky, dude. Let me have a quick look at the autopilot. Make sure everything is running. Yeah, I think we're all good. I think everything's running that I need to have running. Oh yeah, Rich, you can join us. Cool. I think we might have a co-commentator, which is nice. Let's just hop in this other channel here. Okay. There it is. The only thing I need to be. Ooh la la, co-commentator. Yeah, are we getting professional now, Noah? We are getting professional. We've got like co-commentators and all sorts. Oh yeah, he's in Team Comms. We can just go in there. We can just hop in the Teams Com channel.
Mic on.
There we go. Let's turn the mic on, and hopefully we have a Rich with us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, sir. How are we going?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, very, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for all of the work you've been doing with
That's
videos.
all right. No problem at all.
Right. So, what I can do is I can just ping you the spectator password, and you can just join as a spectator.
Perfect.
I think this should work. It should work as a spectator, but because you're not on the entry list, it may not work. We'll have to see. Anyway, we're off. So I'll go for the start, and then just let us know if that works.
Yeah, that's worked.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So hopefully you'll get the replay as well. So it's not all on me. It's not all on me to save the replay. It's on both of us. Have you managed to do any laps round Indy?
Myself?
Yeah.
No, none at all.
Okay.
It is. It's not a track that I've ever driven.
It's we were talking about it in the chat actually, because our esports professional Tony, can we call him a professional? He's got he's like on the esports pace,
He's
right?
quick enough.
Yeah. He rates it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite a technical track. The infield section is quite technical, but anyway, here we go. Green light. The green flag is a waving, and the drivers head down towards T1. It looks like Sean's had a cracking start, managed to jump Grosjean as they head down towards T1. Is Sean going to have a little look around the outside? We're waiting for the camera to catch up. It looks like Noah's had a cracking start as well. Where is he? I think Noah's up to P3 and driving nicely. So Grosjean's lost out. He's lost 2 places at the start of this one, but it looks like Grosjean's wanting to fight back. He is. He's fighting back immediately through T6, I think that is. But Grosjean's trying to hang around the outside, but no, he can't. So what a start from Noah.
Very clean across the grid as well.
Yeah.
Everyone got through nicely. Did I think Luke dropped back a place? Is that right?
Let's have a look at. It looks like Luke Hart he started P9. He's holding P9 at the moment. But the biggest winner is the car we're looking at right now, and that is Noah. He feels like he has to go defensive for T13 because he's under attack from Grosjean, and yeah, good defense, but he's out of position now. So it's going to potentially compromise his exit out of the final 2 corners, and it does look like Grosjean has got a decent run on him. I really want to switch to bonnet cam. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Are they side by side? Yeah, they are side by side, I think.
Yeah, side by side going into T1.
Yeah, and so through goes Grosjean. So Grosjean's made back a place. He's made a place back. I tell you what, that start was a complete opposite to what we saw last week around Laguna Seca. Very, very clean across the entire grid. You love to see it.
It was a bit messy into T1, wasn't it?
It was. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've got accent towards the back. Who's that?
Let's have a little look and see. We've got an incident here.
It's Richards.
Is it? Okay, so car number 90, car number 7. Let's have a quick look at the replay. So this is.
He's in the pits.
Oh, is he?
That's a shame. I think he is. It was a little spin, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Happen in this, but.
Oh yeah, he's just like gone way on the curb, hasn't he? He's just taken too much curb as Ashley, and it's just really unsettled the car and resulted in a spin. Yeah, he's in the pits. Like you say, it's a shame because there is a long way to go. A long way to go, but yeah, talking about last week, it was a bit messy, the start of the race, sadly. But yeah, the start of this one, ultra clean and some cracking action. That's what you love to see. You didn't fancy the USGT series then?
No, I felt like I needed a bit of a break after the last one. To be honest, I got a lot on at the moment as well, so it's yeah, no, that last race at Spa got to me a little bit.
Oh, did it?
And I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from it, sort some stuff out, spend a bit of time on some other things, and then come back to it and enjoy it again.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's probably a wise thing to do, because you want to enjoy it, and if you feel like you're not enjoying it because of just take a break, you know. Just take a little bit of a break from it. I've had that a few times where you just have a string of races or something like that, and it's just, you know, it's really disheartening when you put effort to like practice in, and then something happens which then means that it almost feels like it's for nothing. So yeah, sometimes it's nice just to have a little bit of a break and reset. I always think we're seeing Sean have a little spin there. He's just eating too much sausage in T13, and yeah, he's was facing the wrong way. Let's hope that's a nice safe rejoin. It looks like it is. It looks like it is. I'm going to turn auto cam on because auto cam has been particularly good at capturing all of the action and also throwing in some excellent. There we go. See, it's done it immediately. Excellent views. Right, how's Nicky getting on?
I think he's gained a couple of places. Obviously, one from Richard's spin, but he's also made up another place. I think he was sitting PA at the start.
Oh, there's a bit of an incident as well going on there. I don't really know what happened. I just saw that. Let's see if we can catch the replay. So 115 is Sali, 999. Let's have a little look. What happened? Play. I think he's. Oh, Sali's just gone in way too deep and just parked it on the racing line. Okay, well that's going to have to be reviewed, that one.
Yeah, it looks like his initial thought was to obviously wait, but
waited bang on the racing line.
Yeah, a car directly behind you.
Yeah. I think we're going to scrap this rule about the unwritten rule about waiting, because for a long period of time it was that gentleman's agreement was it worked very, very well, and it was almost like it felt like it was good sportsmanship. But I think it's a few people are sometimes unsure of like what to do, so the instant reaction is like, oh, I need to wait. But then if you're smack bang on the racing line, or you slow down in the wrong place, you're even more of a hazard.
Yeah, and it can be unpredictable if people aren't expecting it as well. I think with a clear penalty system in place, it makes sense. You know, you keep going. That's what you do in real life.
Yeah.
It's what the driver behind you would expect to happen, and then it's dealt with either by the means of penalty or, you know, because there's other times as well where I've seen people end up waiting where actually it probably wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
And they felt some level of responsibility, and they felt the need to wait just in case, whereas actually then they've essentially sort of thrown it away themselves and a little bit for no reason. But no, that's whatever happened there was certainly benefited Nick, so
it has, because he's now up into
quietly happy about that personally, but you know, no bias in the comment box.
Yeah, because he's now up to P4, although he has just gone very, very deep at T13.
Yeah, he's coming under some pressure now.
He is. Let's turn autopilot back on, or is it going to change automatically? I think it is. Yes, it has. It's changed automatically already. So is this going to be a move here by Sean?
Yes.
Yeah, just had a way better exit than me, and actually a good sort of 200 or 300 meters by the time they get to braking point of T1. Gentleman's agreement chat. Yeah, so Tony agrees with us actually on the gentleman's agreement. Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about like over the last sort of few weeks, really, because it was always it always felt like it was good sportsmanship. Like, okay, if something happens, you wait. But I just think that actually, especially lately, it's caused a little bit of confusion, and let's just get rid of it and just have a clear penalty system.
I think sometimes in certain situations, like public races, where we're just sort of having a bit of fun, and it happens kind of early on. And it can be good. It can be nice to show that sort of that level of sportsmanship and just hang fire, and then you end up having a battle with that person anyway. But in these sort of races where you're going to reflect and review incidents anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you say, it avoids any unpredictability, and it's more realistic, isn't it, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, definitely. Agree.
So the field looks pretty spread out now.
I think we've got...
made about 8/10 on Nick, and there's gaps all out at the front.
Yeah.
There's not too much between P1, P2, just under 2 seconds.
Yeah, my timing screens are showing me that it's 1.6 the gap at the front now, ebbing and flowing a little bit. It was 1.6 going into T6, but now up to 1.9 by the time they get the exit. It does look like Nicky is like holding on to Sean quite nicely here. Gap is 1.3. I wonder whether this is actually just going to really help Nicky, just because I know Sean's he's not a slouch around here. But I don't think he's been on the leader's pace. So just having a car as a bit of a reference point.
Yeah, he was. He did mention that he was a little bit worried about tyres around here. So this may be good for him in the sense that he can just sort of hang on to the back of someone, manage the tyres, and work it through.
Yeah.
It was going a bit wide then.
That corner is so tricky. When I was practicing the other day, like it's so easy to outbrake yourself going into T13. So easy. Gap at the front is coming down. Oh, that's got shot back up again. 1.3. It flashed up on my screen as being only 1.3. It looks like Salih's catching Hart there at the back.
I've got ACC drive loaded as well as a spectator. I don't know how accurate any of the sort of delta times are, but it's given me some sort of reading, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Does it give you a... So it gives you a spectator mode, doesn't it, in ACC Drive?
I've never tried it.
I think there is a spectator
like
mode.
A pre-built one.
Yeah, I think in one of the tabs or one of the options is like a broadcast or spectator mode. ACC Drive is actually made by the same guys that make ACC TV.
Oh, okay. Oh, gaps. Oh, you've already done it. Gaps on the tree.
Yeah, I've just changed that for Tony. The request has been honoured.
So it looks like the gap's closing up between Salih and Luke towards the back. I reckon another lap or so, and Salih will be looking to make some moves.
Yeah, I've just been this going mental. Why is this gone mental? Oh no. So Ashley's has left the server now. He's out. We're down to 9.
So yeah, so it's a shame because it was a little spin, but it's such a long way to go.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in that time.
The long race, long way to go. Let's have a quick look at it again. That's the
I'd hang fire on that 2 seconds. This looks like it's starting to heat up between Luke and Salih a little bit.
Okay.
So it's less than half a second between them now.
Yeah, it's down to a second, isn't it? Good spot. So let's go. I'm going to leave it to auto cam and just let it do its thing. It's normally quite good at picking the best cam reviews. Yeah, split cam. Gap is 0.3. So Luke's felt the need to go a little bit defensive there. Don't blame him because he's very close. So this is kind of what we were talking about, or I was talking about a little bit in the video, because he's now got Luke to go defensive. It's going to compromise his exit onto this straight, but the M4 power, he's actually pulling away. I don't know how Sali has the McLaren set up, but the top line speed is not his strong point, because when I was racing him around Suzuka,
it definitely seems to have a fair bit of grip in the corners.
Yeah, because
I still remember Silverstone being surprised when he came around the outside. It was absolutely stunning move, but he must have had so much downforce to keep it gripped out there.
Oh, he's going to drop it. He's dropped it. Is he facing completely the way? He's cutting the grass. Can't go that way.
No, he's recovered a little bit, but you have to put in some hard work now to close the gap again.
Yeah, gap is 3.8. It was 0.3. It's now 3.8. So yeah, I don't think the top line speed of that Macca is its strong point. So he obviously has it set up with quite a lot of downforce. Hence why, like you say, he has a lot of grip around sort of the medium speed corners, and he was able to pull off some good moves around Silverstone. But I noticed when I was racing him at the weekends in our Suzuka Special, I was in the Lambo and he was in the McLaren, and yeah, when I was tucked up behind him with a tow, it was quite easy to get in a position where I could make a move. Yet when he was behind me, wasn't really able to go off and move. We've got a few comments in the chat. I don't know. So Tony, on me being esports, I'm not. Being part of the community has made me push more and get faster, so it's worth trying to finish races even as practice. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Even if you have to teleport to the pits, because you've got a crash damage car that needs to go and see Matt Armstrong, it's best to get it repaired and get back out there, I think, and just try to finish the race or get some more laps in. You never know what might happen as well. I'm really keen to try and introduce a safety car procedure, but we'll talk about that one later. And thank you, Tony. Yeah, thank you for praising the community. Also, the McLaren is about 8-9 kilometers an hour slower than the Aston and Lexus into T1. Just send it as a rear wing of Grosjean. Tommy saying, shut up, Tony Mansell. Is that like, is he saying that to Tony Clark? Yeah, he is.
I think so, yeah.
Born fast Tony. I've never seen, I don't know what, like, Tony Clark, I've never seen his face. I can't put a face to a name, but now I can't. I just picture him looking like Nigel Mansell with a moustache.
If he hasn't got one already, he needs to grow one now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, some. Yeah, I'm considering creating a safety car procedure. What do you think?
I'm all for it. I think anything that adds to sort of realism. I don't no idea how you'd implement something like that with an ACC. I'm sure people have done it. I'm sure there's ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be quite cool. I mean, you could essentially have, suppose you have if you can get someone to sort of do co-commentary and sit by on standby in the pits in a GT4 or something like that, or an M2.
That is how I've seen other communities do it. They've had like a full-on. They've had full-on safety car procedure, as in like they've got a driver sat there in the pitch ready to go out and drive rounds, or they'll do it like virtually. But there is no native way of doing that in ACC, so you have to use some tools. So you'd have to. I've seen like some communities use like Mumble as a communication tool. So Mumble sits in the background. Just sits in the background. All the drivers have it, and then if there's a virtual safety car, it gets announced on Mumble, and then the race is like completely neutralised at that point. So everyone, and there's a countdown. So like 3, 2, 1, safety car procedure start, and then at that point everyone has to put the pit mirror on.
Right. Okay.
And then
It'd be tricky, wouldn't it? Try and get everyone to do it.
It would. It'd be tricky to police it, but yeah, you'd have to. Well, as the server admin in Mumble, you can see everyone that's joined the server, so you could then see that everyone's obviously in there, all the drivers. But yeah, everyone would put their, so the race gets neutralised, like pit limiters on, and then you can then like say you can then like bunch the pack up. The leader will no doubt have to pit level one at a time, and then you close the gaps, and then you can actually get cars to unlap themselves as well. But yeah, it would be quite tricky to police, but it would. I don't know, if there's like a big crash and there's like lots of damage, it would mean that you could close the pack up to, encourage good racing.
I think certainly for some of the longer and maybe the larger events, it would be certainly worth looking into.
Yeah.
It'd be a really cool feature to have.
Yeah, so they used that feature during an endurance race. It was actually an endurance race which myself, Paulson, I think Noah was in it as well. It was 24 hours of Spa, and it did work. It did work. There was a few confusing moments. But that was a huge grid, like 50 odd cars. And that's it. I think for events of that sort of size, the coordination that's involved already, it can work. I think it'd be tricky at the moment, but it's a cool idea. I think it's something to certainly have a look at. Yeah, we'll
see how well it would work. Sally's closing this gap.
Yeah.
Luke sort of seen him in the rear view and picked it up a little bit now because
yeah, they're going through T13, T14 at the moment, and it looks like Sally's had a decent exit as they head onto the oval section of the track. So let's see. Sally is tucked up on the rear wing. You can see the M4 is pulling away slightly. It looks like Luke still feels the need to be slightly defensive, but Sally's in no position to mount a challenge going into T1. And Sally's gone wide. The straight line speed of the McLaren is hurting Sally's progression here. The gap has closed up now between Noah and Sean. Noah is a wild card entry into this race. He messaged me begging, can I join this race? I've got nothing better to do with my evening, and I really want to go racing. So yeah, we opened up an entry for Noah, providing that he wasn't going to cause any chaos, and he didn't. He actually gave us some really good action at the start. Tony's popped his opinion on the potential safety car procedure.
Okay.
In the chat.
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't feel comfortable.
It's a fair point. I think this is where it'd be very tricky to implement something like that. Oh, Sally's making moves.
He is. He's side by side going into T13. He's now going to have the inside for the
inside.
Yep, it is. So through he goes, but Luke should be able to open up the corner a little bit. I wonder whether the M4 power tucks up underneath the rear wing of that McLaren, whether it's going to be enough to fight back. He is a few car lengths behind though. Don't think he's quite close enough, is he? He's going to try and have a little look though, maybe it's just to try and put Sally off. But no, he wasn't able to make anything stick. Good move.
Sally's been about 5/10 a lap quicker on average. So I think now he's cleared him. He'd probably see him move off into the distance a bit, but
good move though, down into T13.
Yeah, lovely move.
Yeah, that's a very similar move around the outside that he was able to do on a few cars at Silverstone, actually, going into that village section.
Gap's come right down between Sean and Noah as well.
It has. I wonder whether Noah's had an off somewhere. What car number is he? Number 1. He's not showing that he's triggered any yellow flags anywhere.
His last lap was into the 37, so I think he might have had a little moment.
Yeah, so Noah's personal... Oh, it's come right down. It's now 3/10. So I don't know what's happened.
Seems to be struggling a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wonder whether it's tyres or tyre pressures. Who knows, but yeah, they're into T4 at the moment. This is Tony's favourite corner.
We've got a drive through for Yuri.
Oh,
Not sure
no.
what it was for, missed that. Maybe track cuts.
He's showing
track cuts.
He's showing that he is in or pitted already.
So maybe it was speed in the pit lane, something like that.
Possibly. We can do a replay in a second, but this is pretty close at the moment between Sean and Noah. So yeah, going back to Tony's comments, and yeah, I do see Tony's point, because yeah, it's not a native feature within ACC, which is fair enough. There's not very many sims that have that feature apart from AMS2. AMS2 does have native 4-course yellows, but the mechanics is a little bit buggy.
Sean's gone wide. I know he's pitting.
Yeah, he's gone.
I have no idea what the track layout here, so
that's cool.
I thought he just started making up his own track layout.
His own version of Indy. Yeah, there's
so
Noah.
He's going for the undercut. He's gonna try and undercut Noah. Is the undercut strong round here? Is that a thing?
Well, I think, to be honest with you, it all just depends on how good you are in the pits, because I tried to mitigate the undercut at Suzuka, but I still lost out the place to Sally at the weekend. So I think a lot of it just comes down to how good you are on attacking the pit entry and stopping in the right spot.
Yuri served his drive through now as well. He's just coming to the end of the pit lane.
Gap at the front has come down as well, hasn't it? It's only 1.8 seconds. As we head towards the middle race, the halfway point. Not on its own, as people won't change tyres. Yeah, so I think Tony, it's just going to come down to how aggressive someone can be.
I'm sure it's him stationary for quite a long period of time now. He's only just now coming to leave the pits.
Let's have a look and see how long Stationary for. So he has changed tyres. He was stationary for 34, unless he repaired damage. Because didn't Sean get rear-ended? It looks like Nicky's coming
was he
in.
involved in that?
Yeah, it does look like Nicky's now coming into the pits as well. So a few cars drive through for Noah. Oh dear, I shouldn't laugh, but I just find that really funny. I quite like how you can type and race at the same time, Noah. You leave the pit lane with super cold tyres. It's so long. Has Noah got a drive through? Rich?
Hasn't updated on mine, so he's got a drive through.
No, it's not updated on my screen either. This gap at the front though has come down massively. It's 1.3 seconds is the gap between the leaders.
There's a bit of time management on Grosjean's part then. Just pacing it out, and now he's going. Just send it.
Yeah, just send it, as the message says on his rear wing. And the DHL livery Aston Martin looks great.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Noah's changed tyres in the pits. He's asking whether he thinks that's the right choice. He was battling Sean, and Sean was stationary for 30 odd seconds. So I think if Noah changes tyres, it's going to be about a 30-second pit stop as well. So I mean, it depends on whether you feel like you were in contention to like try and eat into that gap to the leaders. Or if you're settling just for third place. I would say it's not a bad choice considering Sean was stationary for 30 seconds. Although you're stationary for 37 seconds, so you're going to come out a few seconds behind him, I think, Noah. But we don't want to take our eyes off this battle for the lead here, so the gap is down to a second. Yeah, so there you go. So Sean has jumped Noah. Looking at this by a few seconds. Sean's up to P3 once Charlie and Luke pit. If my predictions are correct.
Yeah, Sean's currently on a purple lap, but I think that might just be for this second stint. I don't think it's necessarily the fastest lap of the race, but keep an eye on that because he's well up on his delta.
He is.
Over a second at the moment.
I think you're right, Rich. I think he could well set the fastest lap of the race, looking at the time. So I wonder whether he did take on some fresh tyres. Have a look as he crosses the line, and it's not flashed up on my screen that.
No, it's 1:36.9. Fastest lap's 36.6 at the moment, so
okay.
I think it was possibly showing purple as his fastest, his personal best for this second stint, if you will. So
Got you.
But yeah, that gap's still coming down at the front, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So it's down
less
to
than half a second now.
As we look behind, we see we're looking at the rear wing of Mateus there. Grosjean right behind him. Here we go, down towards T7, and so Sean is on the leader's pace here, isn't he? Because Sean is a lap down, but catching the leaders, having served his pit stop.
Who do you think's going to jump first into the pits? The undercuts worked well for Sean.
It has.
Grosjean there.
They're going to go around again here, aren't they? Going to go around. Wait, I'm trying to work out where they are. T13, so the pit lane is coming up. I mean, if I was Mateus, I would just be going into the pits because I couldn't handle the pressure having a car right underneath my rear wing. So I'd be like, right, okay, I'm going in the pits. Let's just, let's just pull the trigger, see what happens.
No, they're both staying out.
Yeah. So Sean is a lap down, but faster than the leaders at the moment.
Grosjean's having a little look. He's
a
little bit far back, but Okay, so Sean's going to try and unlap himself here. I hope it's all nice and clean.
Yeah, so
I'd be reluctant to get involved in that battle. Both those cars still need to pit. You know, I'd stick with the front runners. That's my personal view, but
I am with you there. I hope this cracking battle here doesn't get ruined by someone trying to unlap themselves. But for sure. But I mean, like Sean, he does need to keep one eye on the gap behind. What is the gap to Noah? So it's 5 seconds. So he has got time. I think
Grosjean's having a look down the. Is that the inside? Oh no, it's going to be the outside.
It's going to be the outside of T8. So he's got the inside for T9, but not able to pull off the move.
Keep an eye on this one though, because his closing speed down the start-finish straight on the previous lap was substantial. So if he's this close, I think he's going to be in a better position to try and make a move into turn 1. From a bird's eye view, a lot of these corners look very similar to one another. I can't work out where I'm at.
Yeah.
Coming around the final corner now.
Yeah, onto the start-finish straight. It looks like Sean is tucked right underneath the rear wing.
Matthias is going defensive. Oh,
I think Matthias might have gone a bit deep. No, I think this is a cracking battle. This is T4 is tricky. I think. There's a bit of door banging. There's a bit of contact. Bit of door banging, but
That's released Sean through to unlap himself.
Oh, it
nice
does.
And cleanly.
Yeah, it has. It does look like Grosjean has let Matthias back through, but wonder whether he felt like it was a bit cheeky. But it looked like just a cracking move from what I saw. But yeah, that was that complex of corners that Tony's not a huge fan of. But Sean's gonna Sean's unlapped himself. Anyway, so that fear of a car unlapping themselves, ruining this race, at least is not going to happen. I don't think I've seen Sean drive in a couple of races now, and I don't think he's the type of driver that would certainly want to get involved in a battle that he's not really in.
No, he seemed to handle that very well, especially with sort of what was going on in front of him. It's not the most predictable of scenarios. Oh, so Sean's into the pits first. A little bit wide on entry as well. No, sorry, not Sean, Grosjean.
Grosjean. Okay, yeah, there he is. We're just in the DHL livery Aston go into the pits. We're seeing Noah go round as well. So look, he's got the Jsky-uk racing logo on the rear wing. Have you ever done an airfield track day, Rich?
No. Don't think I have.
You've only ever done track days at actual racetracks?
Yeah.
I see. So I have been to an airfield track day, and like the infield section of this track feels very similar to just doing an airfield track day because it's so like flat. There's no like camber. Oh. Pit stop bugged. Oh no. What happened to Grosjean's pit stop? Where is
he? He's just coming down the pit lane now.
He's out of the pits.
Doesn't stop. Yeah.
It's showing that he's in the pits, like on my screen there.
Yeah, he's done his pit stop. He's just set off, so he's just coming down towards the pit exit now.
Oh, okay. I must have been looking at a replay. I must have accidentally pressed a button to look at a replay. Engine didn't want to go off.
Coming out the pits now.
Okay, so he's stationary for 28 seconds. That's going to hurt him, sadly.
But it's still saying that he needs to serve. He still needs to serve a pit stop. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. It's been a long day. I just got so used to seeing Grosjean's name in P2, I didn't even look at the fact that it had swapped.
It was
So Sali's still got a pit.
Yeah. I did just see Matthias have to reverse into his pit stop.
Ah, right. So is that what? So this could be very close then. So this is just setting off now.
Where's Grosjean then? Let's have a look. He's going around T12. There's now pits.
It's a long pit. It's a long pit lane, isn't it? This is going to be close. I think with the speed that Grosjean's going to have out of this last corner. So it's just going over the line now. Oh no, he's quite far back. Further back than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think it's probably about 5 or 6 seconds, I think, isn't it? Maybe a little bit more. At 7 seconds, I think the gap. So at the moment, Sali is the only car yet to pit. Currently leading the race.
A stop-go penalty for Luke.
Oh, really? Let's have a little look and see what happened to Luke. Is it... So Luke is car number 777. We can have a little look. I think... Exit. Retreat. Oh yeah, he didn't have his pit limiter on and sped up a little bit, I think. Bit sadly.
Yeah, so he's serving that now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting strategy from Sali.
He's just going to go as far into the race as possible, I think, and then a little splash and dash. I don't think we're going to see him change tyres. I think he'll... So I'm trying to work out if we do a prediction and say he needs to pit. It's saying that he's going to come out behind Nicky in P6. So Nicky's going to pick up a top 5 potentially. Here at the moment.
Maybe I think he'd be happy with that because he wasn't too sure going into this one. I think he's only done maybe a couple of hours of practice around here last night. So that was his first time driving the track. So
yeah. The good thing is that so if you haven't raced around here, by us having the race here tonight, it's another track to people's arsenal. At least they know it.
Yeah, add it to your portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one really great thing about the community racing is, you know, when you race in the public lobbies, you're sort of limited to your Spas, your Monzas, and maybe the occasional Hungaroring. But we've raced at a lot of tracks that I certainly wouldn't have ended up racing at if it wasn't for the community races that we've done. So that's been really good.
Yeah. We like to mix it up where possible. We still like to throw in the classics.
Oh, definitely, of course.
Have to.
Although I genuinely think I'm cursed for Spa.
It was such a shame to see how that Spa race unfolded for you, because you were up to P3, were you not? P2, P3?
P2. Well, I was in P2. I knew I wasn't going to hold on to it, and I was in two minds whether to actually not even get into that battle. But I thought, you know what, it's all good fun.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I probably should have just kind of waved him on through and focused on my own race. But it is what it is. But yeah, the time before that was the disconnection.
Okay.
And I think that was potentially for a podium as well, about 5 minutes before the end. So Spa's not my friend, but
oh dear.
It'll happen one day.
It will. A good result is on the cards for you at Spa one day. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I am going to have a quick look at this replay of the incident between Mateus and Grosjean. Gap's down to 6.9 between those two, but let's just have a quick look. The chase cam. It's this. When my first look at it, I thought it just looked like a really, really good move, but. Or maybe not. That's difficult. You need to have another look. It did look like he was just kind of braking in a straight line because he was a bit too hot into it, and it just completely meant that there was nowhere for Mateus to actually go. It was like a proper block pass. It's just whether he'd been able to get alongside enough into that kind of that really difficult braking zone. T4.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because technically he was alongside well before the apex of that next corner. But I'm trying to think what it's similar to, that sort of set of corners.
It's a double.
I mean, at that point, there's plenty of room for both cars on track. And just because you want to turn in doesn't mean you necessarily can if there's a car there. It's a really, really tricky one, but I think he did the right thing in sort of giving back the position.
Yeah. It is tricky, but because of the extra speed when he's braking, he can't turn in, can he?
No.
It's
there's still plenty of room for both of them there, and it's
a tricky one. It's a tricky sequence of corners that as well, without having to actually like make a move. It's tricky just to get right on your own. But yeah, we can talk about it after the race. Get the other guys' thoughts.
So Sally is still going for another lap. He's going to leave it right for the last minute to jump in the pits, I think.
13 minutes to go in this one. Let's give Nicky some airtime. He needs a livery.
Yes, does need an Advocaat livery for the Ferrari.
Yeah, he so does. He's just running the Forza Ferrari liveries at the moment. What are they?
No, I'm not sure.
Horses.
I wonder if Sarli's going to try and pull off a bit of a Schumacher and put it in the pits and across the line in the same the same way. I mean, it doesn't work in ACC, does it?
Well, it depends on where your pit box is. I think if you
of course, yeah.
If your pit box is before the line, it might do. It's a shame Grosjean had a June pits. I feel like it's potentially denied us close back.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too far back now, isn't he? 8 seconds. Very, very spread out. Matthias is still held on to the fastest lap. He set that quite early on, didn't he, as well? So that's quite high fuel.
Trying to have a look at my prediction calculator. So, yeah, Sarli's the only car that hasn't pitted, and it is saying that he's going to come out E6, but I don't know what the prediction calculator, how it works out. How does it know that he's going to take on tyres, or whether it's just going to be a splash or dash?
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Because I mean, if he's fueled for the race, he's going to be stationary for 2 seconds maximum.
Yeah, it's literally just going to be a splash or dash. He'll put in 1 litre, of fuel, and he'll be gone. So his stationary time should be less than 5 seconds. we could work it out actually, because it looks like I don't know whether you see this data in ACC Drive, but it looks like the pit lane loss is around 54 seconds of driving in the pit lane. So 54 seconds. If we were to change the gap to leader.
Yeah, so at 54 seconds, it's got him coming out just behind Nicky.
Yeah. I mean,
it would have to be. I mean, it would have to be a sub 40-second pit stop at the moment to put him into P5. Oh, Luke's gone off by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, yellow flags.
I don't think there's any changes to position there as a result, but yeah, I think it's unlikely that he's going to be in the sub 40 seconds on the pit stop. So I think he's going to come out around P7.
Yeah, because the prediction calculator is saying that he's going to come out P6, but that's saying about 30 seconds behind P. So, yes, doesn't it? I think that has been a change for you, because I've got Coulson P8.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Coulson's made a place. So we're into the last, well, we're well into the final 10 minutes of this one then.
Yeah. No, I got a little bit excited unnecessarily. Although, yeah, it's changed again because Coulson is. I don't know where Coulson is. Oh no, I must have keep hitting a button. Hang on.
Collie has dropped back into P9.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's gone on there.
I'm not sure what's happened. A little look. But the gap to leader is under a second, so Matthias is right under the rear wing of that McLaren versus McLaren. But yeah, Matthias has caught up with Sali, car number 15. Coulson's back through. Let's just have a look at this. So Matthias doesn't need to make a move here. He's got a pit stop in hand.
Yeah.
But I think he's still going to be keen to try and just get by and.
He's going to want to clear him because I think for every corner he's stuck behind, he's going to be losing time very quickly to Grosjean behind. I mean, it's already down 7.5 seconds now.
And we know that...
we know Grosjean's got the pace.
We know that Grosjean and Matthias have got... Well, we're assuming, based on pit stop times, that they've got fresh tyres on.
So he's going to be very, very keen to get past. Oh, it looks like he's... he's through.
It's through. I think
Sali looks like he's... I always thought he was going to fight back for a moment there, but
like he's thought better of it.
Yeah,
I think he
needs to protect his own lap times at this point.
Yeah, I think he's in a battle for P5, P6 potentially. So.
It's gonna be close-ish. So I'm not sure what the pit stop length here is in terms of pit lane length, but if he's around the 40-second margin, then it's going to be just behind Nicky.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's. I need to really have a look at the instructions and work out what this what all this information means. But I've got in ACC TV, I've got like pit time, and then there's a time, and then the time in brackets is the stationary time. but I don't. I think I don't know whether the time above the brackets is the total time or whether that's the time just driving. I think it's the time just driving because I don't know, 53 seconds with. Oh, maybe it's not. So maybe it's total time. Because it's saying that like Grosjean was stationary for 28.8 seconds and then the time above it is 53.8. I wouldn't have thought it's 53.8 plus 30 seconds stationary because it would have meant that he would have then been in the pits for well over a minute, right?
Like a lap, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't think it is.
Well, I don't think we're going to have to wait much longer because he's going to have to go into the pits at some point.
Yeah, he is.
Unless he's just forgot about it altogether.
There's a big sign on his HUD, providing he's got his HUD on. It says station mandatory pit stop. Shall it's difficult. Tony's saying it's difficult to work out because it's such a long pit lane. It can often feel like it takes forever.
Yeah. So, the pit stops that certainly I've been keeping an eye on them as they've gone through, and they've seemed to be long.
Rich in time, Ali. Rich can time, Sally, and correlate data. Yeah, so you could time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Get the stopwatch out, Rich.
Oh, it's in my hand, ready to go.
Yeah. I think we're going to see Sally come into the pits on this next lap.
Yeah.
He's got
It's
to.
got to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be. Unless he has just forgotten about it. He's just going to see what happens, what penalty he gets.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, you get a drive through, don't you, for not serving your pit? Although, arguably, that's a bit silly, isn't it? Because a drive through is still shorter amount of time than actually stopping, taking on any amount of fuel.
Is a drive through 80 seconds?
Is it a drive through or is it a stop go?
I think it's a drive through, but I think because it's timed, it'll be 80 seconds added on.
Oh right, okay.
I think.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, I think he has to pit. He has to pit. What's the prediction cap? So yeah, it's saying he's going to come up 30 seconds behind. Okay.
We've got about 2 more laps left.
Sounds about right.
So he's going to have to wait.
I think. So where is he?
This next. So he's just coming up to the last few sets of corners now. So he's going to come in the pits this lap. He's going to be. Yeah, he's coming in.
Yeah, he is.
Start your stopwatch. Start across the pit line. We'll see how long he's stationary for. Need a second stopwatch.
Yeah, he
The
did.
actual stop time.
Let me know when he goes up.
1 Mississippi. 2. Oh, he missed his stop. Missed his box a little bit. It's not gonna help.
Is he stationary still?
No, he's on the move now. But
Okay.
Nick's already gone past.
Yeah, Nick's got through.
There
Yeah.
he is. And Yuri is quite some. I mean, Yuri's just coming round. What's that? T5, T6. So, yeah, P7 for Sarli, I think. That is So from pit line to pit line, pit entry line to pit exit line, it was 1 minute and 5 seconds with the stop.
Okay.
I say he was stationary for about, give or take 10 or 12 seconds. So
Good.
you're probably about right with the 54 seconds.
Yeah, so I've got that I've got 53.4, and then it's showing that the time in brackets was 12 seconds. So you said it was just over a minute the total time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it must work out that, so the 12 second stationary and then 53 second moving. So, isn't it?
That is a long pit lane, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Right, so Matthias, then this is the final lap, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely flown by.
Just started the final lap. All he's got to do is keep it clean, keep it together, keep it on the track, and bring it across the line.
So Matthias is actually one of our newer community members, but yeah, he was hopped into the first event and has just been on the pace from the get-go. I think Matthias picked up podium first round. A little bit, yeah, he did. So he picked up P3. So this is going to send him to the top of the standings potentially, I think, because Adam wasn't able to make this race and Grosjean finishing behind him. Tony saying, write down what it means so I can remember for next time. Yeah, that's a good idea actually, because I'll probably forget.
Add it to his spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I tell you what, gap has come down just right towards on this final lap. It's not quite close enough for a cross the line battle, but the battle for P4 is now down to 2.5 seconds between Nicky and Noah. He's had a little bit of a moment at some point, but
yeah, it's saying that car number 1 has triggered a yellow flag. Oh no, it hasn't. No, it was wrong.
An excursion. So that's Matthias across the line then. So that's a good result then. So he's well in contention then for this championship.
Yeah, he is. So well done to our race winner, Matthias.
Grosjean P2. It was that pit stop that caught him out, wasn't it? I think
it was the engine not cutting off. Well done to Sean picking up P3. So Sean had Sean dropped back, didn't he, at the start of the race, and Noah had an excellent start, getting up to P2 by essentially sector 2, but he still managed to gain a place, Noah. So he finishes P4. Nicky picks up a top 5, so he finishes P5. And we've got Sali
he'll be
P6.
happy with that.
Yeah. Sali P6, Yuri P7, Coulson P8, and his personal best was a 1:39.9. I said he got a prize if he got into the 38, so unlucky. You don't get a prize.
Gosh.
And Luke, well done. P9. We had one car DNF, and that was Ashley, due to a first lap incident. But yeah, well done to everyone. That was a really good race. The first couple of laps were really exciting, and there was still something going on all of the time. There were some gaps that opened out, but it was still good to work out the strategy behind it all. So I think we've got someone doing some donuts for us. No, have we? Can I hear someone doing donuts?
Noah was doing donuts at one point. I don't know if he still is.
Okay.
It won't let me select a car now.
Yeah.
Spectator view.
Yeah, good race. Thank you very much for joining me, Rich. I appreciate
that was enjoyable. I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, it was good.
So, as you say, it was a cracking opening few laps, and that battle for P1. It's just a shame for Grosjean about that pit stop, but it happens. And I mean, when you're fighting for the lead, it's those sort of mistakes that you just can't afford, really.
Yeah, it's Sounds like it might have been a bug in the game as well. He's saying that his engine didn't stop or something.
Ah, that's just a classic racing driver excuse, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in real life you have pit stop issues, don't you?
Exactly. It all goes wrong. It happens.
It all goes wrong occasionally. Your sort of your rear jack man can't get the car up. So yeah, it happens. But yeah, that was really, really good. I'm going to hop over into the Discord in a minute. But thank you very much for joining me on.
Thanks for having me.
Well, welcome, dude. And we'll speak in a bit.
Yep, will do. Catch you later.
Cool. Thank you everyone for watching that one with us. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Noah, well done. Yeah, P4 was good. Paul, nice racing, guys. Yeah, well done. Yeah, they did really well, Paul. Really, really good start. So last week we had a bit of a messy start. This week was really, really good, and the racing was excellent. Some really good moves happening on track, which was good. Even with Tommy's, yeah, Tommy gave you a bit of abuse. Your start, Noah, was really good, really strong. You're up to P2 by sector 2, I think. So yeah, really, really good. Actually, no worries. I just seen your message come through. Don't worry, man. Sometimes if you just need to, if you're a bit sleep deprived, don't worry too much. We just felt like in the stream it was a shame because it was so early on. Yeah, if you're not feeling it, sometimes that is the best thing to do, buddy. But yeah, that was really, really good. What I'm going to do now is I'll upload the results onto ACC, and we'll go through a bit of an incident report with the guys over in the Discord. We are going to publish an LMU race for this Sunday, I think. Hang on, maybe not this Sunday because I don't think I can do this Sunday evening. But we definitely are going to publish an LMU race now that it's received its latest update with the 2 new cars and the new tyre model for the GT3s. So yeah, we will be publishing an LMU race. So if you fancy trying out LMU, it's actually a really, really good time to get your hands on it because it's just had an update with some two new cars. Apparently the Ford Mustang is really, really good. So yeah, check it out. Check out the Discord with some info about the game, about the sim. We've got a few people that really enjoy it. They really enjoy the hypercars and the GT3s. I'm one of those. I do think it's a cracking sim. I have got some opinions about the multiplayer limitations. But that being said, we have not got any problem with spinning up servers to create some events for you guys. It's just that at the moment ACC gives us so much more flexibility when it comes down to running events and running series. But yeah, LMU is still a cracking sim. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We've got 2 rounds left of the USGT series. After this series, we're going to have a little bit of a break and we're just going to throw some one-off events in just to have some fun, some community nights and just some one-off events. And then we'll probably look to get a spring series up and running. And that is going to be a longer series, probably 6 to 8 rounds around some iconic tracks with 1 dropped round, maybe no dropped rounds. We shall see. But yeah, we're going to do a longer spring series. We may even throw in some Porsche Cups, but we'll see. It might be multi-class with Porsche Cups, or it might just be Porsche Cups. Although I do feel like an 8 round season with Porsche Cups might be a little bit too much, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll have a little break after the US GT series. We've got 2 rounds left to go. We'll have some one-off special events, but we will have an LMU series going on a Thursday or a Sunday night also. So yeah, if you liked it, you want to get involved, wildcard entries are open for the USGT series, so you're more than welcome to jump in and race at the next one or the final one. It's up to you guys. But yeah, cracking race. I actually really thought that it's thought it was a good race, even though there's only 10 cars on the grid. Actually really enjoyed it, and the drivers did really well. So awesome stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for keeping me company, Tony, Noah, Paul, and Tommy. Thank you very much, fellas, and we will enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. I hope you all have a good one. May God bless you, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Oh, keep pressing the wrong buttons. Oh dear. Right, okay, I think it's this one. See you later, guys.